Hello and welcome back to an unexpected episode, actually. You see, last night around 2 or 3 in the morning I was woken by my phone buzzing like a buzzing thing, and normally that doesn't happen. Normally my phone's on do not disturb overnight so I can get a good night's sleep, but I had to set an early morning alarm this morning for a meeting, and that messed with the settings, and so my phone was buzzing away and I looked at this. What? Zelda? What? People were asking me what I thought about the developments about the new Zelda game coming out of the Nintendo Direct. But obviously at 3 in the morning I wasn't quite up to watching a video or a trailer or announcement. But the thing is, I'd gone to bed knowing that the Nintendo Direct was happening around 10 o'clock UK time. But I fully expected, all the chatter was that they're going to announce a Nintendo Switch Mini or a Switch Pro. And neither of those things particularly immediately interest me. So, I could wait to hear what came out of the Direct until later. But I woke up, saw that yes, indeed, there was news about Zelda. Goodness me. But I had to get to this meeting. And now here I am, post-meeting, back in the office, about to do a full day's work. But I need to get this off my chest. I need to check the announcement trailer for Zelda Link's Awakening on Switch. Now, Link's Awakening is a very special computer game for me. For a long time, actually, the welcome video on this YouTube channel was one of my first videos. It was about Zelda, and particularly about how Link's Awakening changed my life forever. And that game is still my favourite Zelda game. Zelda Breath of the Wild is probably the best Zelda game, but my favourite is still Link's Awakening. In fact, there's a fan art Link's Awakening poster on the wall just behind me, just there. You don't often see that because I'm normally sat in front of it. I love Link's Awakening, and so the idea of it being on Switch is exciting, but it's also actually quite scary. So, let's watch the trailer together, shall we? Here we go. That's almost like a Japanese print, like anime and the famous wave painting. It's beautiful. Oh, it's the opening sequence. I watched this over and over again when I played this on Game Boy. There's Link struggling. I'm digging the music. It sounds like an island band, doesn't it? It's pretty cool. Also, I like the artwork. Okay, so this is very Link Between Worlds, isn't it? A little bit sort of clay, actually. Link looks a bit like it's made of clay or something. But it looks like it's true to the game, though. Wake the Dreamer. The side-on bit, oh, that's nice. Underground in the first temple. Oh, you're not going to finish it, okay. That was pretty good. I'm going to have to watch that again, so hang on. Let us both watch that again. Let us all. This idea of merging cartoon, sort of traditional Japanese art with anime art, with that sort of cel-shaded with the Link Between Worlds with a slightly clay-looking Link. That's fascinating. That's really interesting. And it may well work because of the theme of the game. One of my favourite aspects of this game is the dreamscape. Is the fact that when they first made the game, it was an experiment, and they started weaving in other things from other Nintendo games because they could, because it was essentially a dreamscape. Now that artwork looks very similar to what's in the Art and Artifacts book. I was so happy to see proper Link's Awakening art, full size in that book. And here's our hero on the driftwood. Bow wow. His shield is interesting. It's the Hylian shield. It's not the very simple shield from the Game Boy game. But the music is nice. I'm liking how they reworked Game Boy music. But actually, this highlights just how good. Oh, also they got Goombas in the side-scrolling bit. Highlights how good the Game Boy music was. That you don't have to do that much to create a new arrangement for full orchestra or full wind band there. That's pretty darn good. Pretty good. Now the thing is, I am just a touch nervous because it's so beloved to me and so special that I don't want them to mess too much with it. If they want to include the DX elements, you know, the extra dungeon and stuff like that, okay, that's fine. You know, I think there was a colour aspect to the extra dungeon. I haven't actually played the DX version of the game. I probably should try it at some point. But it's such a special game. I think to many people, I know I'm not alone in loving Link's Awakening. And having had that be my first Zelda, I think lots of people had that their first Zelda as well, because the SNES, the SNES, was expensive. It was a home console, and so of course, you know, your parents are going to get you the Game Boy, and with that comes either the packing game or the possibility of playing Link's Awakening. But that world in my pocket, that series of puzzles, and also actually, it's, you know, things like the oddities of giving a crocodile bananas on the beach, you know, this kind of thing. Or no, did he want dog food? Or did he want banana? No, the dog food was for the dog. He wanted bananas. Anyway, the point is, these weird little things, the seashell quest to get the not quite master sword, all of that stuff, I hope they include in the game. And maybe a bit more. Who knows, a bit more. They could probably be really quite inventive, actually, with a remake. But just tread carefully. As the poet said, for you are treading on my dreams. But that was good. That was pretty good. And I have faith, as it were, in Nintendo handling this properly. Of course, I'm looking forward to what comes after Breath of the Wild in terms of the next, you know, 3D world Zelda. But it's nice to see that they're not letting go of top-down either. And reworking Link's Awakening works quite nicely in terms of. So, Link Between Worlds was a nice addition to Link to the Past and to the SNES experience, but in some ways you can't do a follow-up to Link's Awakening. You can't do what they did with Link to the Past and Link Between Worlds because it is a self-contained little dreamscape, and they seem to acknowledge that. Even in Breath of the Wild, they acknowledge that it's a bounded experience. You go to Kolint Island in Breath of the Wild to have a separate world occur. All your stuff is taken away from you, and there's a little quest. Spoilers, I guess, for a 2-year-old game, 3-year-old game, 2-year-old game. But yeah, in that sense, my point is that you can't really add to it because it starts and finishes in its own way. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't played the game. If you haven't, you really should. So I guess remaking it with this new approach, with this sort of claymation style, could be quite interesting. So, well, the other thing as well is that I don't want this to. I really hope this isn't like a £50, £60 game. You know, release it for 30, 40, maybe £40. Then yeah, I'll buy that. I'd buy that. So yeah. It's typical though, isn't it? It's just typical that just after I'm getting over the hype and then the delivery of the Resident Evil 2 remake, one of my favourite games of all time, probably my second favourite game actually, I think, of all time, that this news lands for a remake of my favourite game of all time. These are strange days that we're living in, but exciting, and I can only hope that Nintendo treats this remake as well and as carefully as Capcom treated the Resident Evil 2 remake. That was a wonderful game, and actually on Monday I plan on filming some thoughts and reflections, having played Resident Evil 2 now for a little bit. That was a wonderful achievement in terms of tweaking what needed to be tweaked, but crucially delivering the game to you once more. That experience, the core was still there, and I'm sure Nintendo will be able to do the same with Link's Awakening. But I suppose I can only hope that this doesn't tarnish that game, and it doesn't, you know, doesn't affect the special place in my heart that it holds. I mean, after all, I have the whole world map printed out on special paper and framed at the bottom of the stairs. Every morning, every night, I pass it on the way to bed, like a cherished holiday or life moment, life experience sort of photograph caught and proudly displayed for everyone to see. And it is like that for me. It's almost as though I lived there for a little bit of time, because I spent, you know, years actually playing that game over and over and over again as a kid, and it's exciting, but it's also a little bit worrying as well. But that's part of the excitement, though, as well. That was cool. Thank you guys for watching this completely unplanned video. As ever, until next time, do take care. Bye-bye.